She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
Alright, if you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I got to feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Sub of the day over on Kick. Thank you to Jimmy for the gifted sub, particularly, guys. It would be great to get Kick support on today's stream. I just want you to listen up. Yesterday, last night, we played Retro Rewind, okay? Great attendance, great engagement, great support, except for Kick. Do you want to know how much support I got from Kick last night? Nothing. Not a single sub, no kicks, nothing received. People sat there, over 100 viewers, and they memed, and they trolled, they did the usual. Not a single person contributed to the stream. This has been happening a lot recently. We still have the regulars. We got guys like Lance Catamaran, Stepdad. Every once in a while, they drop by, and they'll drop a contribution. But basically, the consistent support on Kick has not happened in a long time. All right? It'd be great to get some Kick support today. If you're someone who watches over there, you likes my content, maybe you haven't supported in a while, it would be a great day to drop a sub, some kicks, whatever. Anything would be appreciated today. Okay? Thank you. All right. Continuing on. So that was J Plays. We'll talk about that in a minute, J Plays. Did I get everything else? Real quick. I'll make this quick. Last week, we played Crimson Desert on launch day, which was Thursday of last week. I played it. I was going to play it 6.5 hours. We ended up playing it about 5 hours. Okay? The first 4 hours were quite interesting. There was a lot of exploration, a lot of absorbing what this game was, a lot of learning how to quest, how to control things, puzzles, etc. I didn't have a problem with any of that. I thought the game ran nice. I thought it looked nice. Everything was good. But then, essentially, when we got to the combat, when I fought regular enemies, the game was incredibly too easy, meaning the game was essentially just hold a button down and let the game auto-combo all the enemies around you. Insanely, just like simpletons gameplay. Okay? But then when you get to a boss, oh, you can't fight the bosses like that. Oh, well, how do you fight the bosses? Well, every boss is a puzzle. There's going to be a certain ability that will counter the boss or stun the boss or whatever. And I'm like, that's weird. So it's not like Dark Souls or a FromSoft game where you can learn the combat elements and then beat the bosses by learning their patterns, because every boss is essentially a super armor dealing monster. Instead, you need to know a specific ability or strategy to stun said boss. Think Mega Man. Imagine if you were fighting a boss in Mega Man and literally none of your attacks were effective except one technique that worked, his weakness, and that's the only thing you could do. Imagine in Mega Man, there was no way to beat any bosses, any masters, unless you had their weakness. That's it. That's essentially what the gameplay of the bosses are in Crimson Desert. So I didn't like that. I was like, that's not for me. And outright, I went ahead and explained that to the audience in my 5-hour review. That review, as of right now, has like 9,600 views. Like, it's done really well in the week that I put it out. To get that many views is crazy. And, of course, people all over the internet memed about my gameplay of the game and yada, yada, yada. So, eventually, I was done with the game. I was like, I'm just not finding the combat satisfying. And I know that there's going to be more of that, like tons of that in the game. And I just don't like it. So why would I subject myself to a 100-hour game where I know half the time I'm not going to be enjoying myself? Okay? So some stuff has happened in the last week. There's been online discourse about this game and all of this stuff, right? And basically, they patched the game. The makers of the game outright said, we're listening. We've now patched it. The combat is more responsive, feels more like an action-based game. It doesn't feel sluggish anymore. We've made it so that the bosses are easier, all these changes, right? And now people have tried to explain to me over the course of the week, you shouldn't try to fight that boss yet. The whole idea in this game is exploration. You're only 5 hours in. You definitely shouldn't be fighting that boss. You should go off and do more questing. You should go off and explore. Look for gear. Look for items. Upgrade yourself more. Get more health. Get more stamina. Upgrade your abilities. You know, come back to that boss in another 10+ hours. And once you've enjoyed the game, which you were doing, you were enjoying the game until you got there, then go back and try to take him on again and see if you can beat him. Okay? So after all this, you know, people sent me this feedback and then they patched the game. People have been asking me all week, will you go back? Will you play it again? And I said, all right, I'll give it another shot. Listen, number one, I own it. It'd be pretty stupid. I bought the game for $70 if I just say, oh, forget it, I'll never play it again. And now there seems to be demand for me to give it a second shot. So today, this afternoon, we're going to play it for around 2 to 2.5 hours. And instead of going back and running and smashing my head against the wall like an idiot trying to fight the drill boss guy, the excavator, whatever the fuck his name is, we're going to go play the game otherwise. Again, we're going to continue to explore. We're going to continue to do other quests. Hopefully find some better gear, whatever. I'm already getting advice in the chat. Like people like King of the Void is saying, what you should do is you should explore for upgrade items like copper and iron and upgrade your gear, do stuff like that. So yeah, and I'll listen to your feedback today. We'll see what you guys say and go from there. Now, today, if I play for 2.5 hours and I'm bored to tears and I don't like the game, then I'm not going to play it anymore. You know me, I'm honest. I don't sugarcoat. I have no incentive to play it more or not play it more. Okay? We could if we want or not. Or maybe I'll like it. Maybe if I stay away from the boss that pissed me off, then maybe I'll actually have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So let's see what happens today. It's more of an exploratory stream. Let's see how it goes. Now, I'm doing this as a direct result of your feedback. So going hand in hand with this, if I play this today on stream and we get low attendance, low engagement, and low support, I'm not playing it anymore. Okay? Just making that clear. Not going to play a game that no one cares about here on my stream. It was a weird premiere stream, to say the least, last week. We started off strong, and within 2 hours of playing it, a lot of the attendance, engagement, and support had fallen off. People were saying, this game is not fun to watch. It's boring. So I stopped playing it. Then all of a sudden, all week, everyone's like, well, are you going to play it? Are you going to play it? I'm like, well, I did. Where the fuck were you? Right? Where were you on Thursday? So let's see what happens today. I'm telling you right now, if this stream tanks, I'm not fucking playing this game. We have many things that I'm playing right now that are working. We have many, many more things that we can try in the rotation. I've got like 30 plus games on my wish list on Steam that we can test. Okay? We can go back to other games. There's a million things that we could be doing right now. We don't have to play Crimson Desert. To be frank, Crimson Desert is usually a game that I would completely skip. But based on your feedback, I'm giving it a second shot. Let's see how it goes. Okay? Very good. All right. So that's what's going on right now with all the playthroughs. That's what's going on currently with Crimson Desert. So I'm playing it again. All right. Hope that makes sense. Hopefully you'll stick around for it this afternoon and we'll see how it goes. All right. Now, before we swap over to news, which I want to talk about. All right. I just want to say thank you for everyone who's here. We actually are getting a really good attendance today for some bizarre reason. If you like the content today and you want to see more success on this channel and more content moving forward, there's many things that you can do. Number one, engage with said content. Please, right now, if you're on the live stream on YouTube, give it a like. If you're watching this podcast on demand, give it a like. Leave comments. What's your feedback based on what you heard so far? These simple actions help the channel a ton and allow it to be found more easily in the YouTube algorithm. In the last several months, I've gotten tons of feedback from people saying, your channel is showing up in the algorithm again. Notably, I just played Resident Evil 9, and it was showing up in the algorithm. So, if you engage and support with the content, people can find it again. All right? So, please do. Now, if you're here live, you can support the content in many ways. You can become a member or gift a membership like Free JT just did. Thank you so much, Free JT, for gifting a membership over on YouTube. That's our first membership of the day.